Hello guys and welcome back.
Hi guys.
We're in the breeding room and we've got some new fish, and today we are going to be getting our 236s ready for breeding. So what we're going to do to achieve this, so we're going to aim for 6 to 6.5 pH and a TDS of around 150. So this is the breeding stock that we have at the moment, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, just arrived yesterday, looking really nice. You can see these caves as well. Love these caves, Tim. You got us them, didn't you?
Yeah, so these are really cool. So not all of them arrived yesterday, some of them were from our previous breeding stock.
Oh yes, that's right.
So yeah, so we got 34 mix of male and females in here at the moment. We're going to order another 10 caves, so that'll be 20 in total, but as you can see they are absolutely loving it. We've also got some, well, these are meant to be Bulgarian seal point angelfish, but
we're not too happy with
them, if I'm honest, so we probably won't. Well, we'll breed them, see what we get, and you know, we can go from there. This is a baby angelfish there, baby koi, which escaped. But yeah, so there's some more over here. So these are lovely fish, by the way. So they are 236 RBs. So these are, I don't know what the RB actually stands for, if I'm honest with you.
No, I don't. Yeah.
That's a nice male. As you can see, the hair's coming out of its front here. That normally means they're a male. The females are either a lot less and just a lot less hairy fish, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool. We also got some more 181s yesterday. So as you can see, they're all occupying the caves. We've got another 8 over in the fish room that we're going to bring over as well to add to this breeding stock. So we should be having, you know, quite a nice range of plecos breeding here in the breeding room. And Ian loves these, so do I though. So these are
Red Devils.
Red Devils, here we go. And as you can see, they are absolutely lovely.
Growing out nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Some of them in particular are lovely with a full orange almost. This one in particular is really nice. I'll just point to him here. Don't know whether he's a male or a female yet, so
it's hard to tell, isn't it?
It's hard to tell until they go. I've not really noticed much interest in the cone yet, being honest.
No.
But hopefully, I mean, they are getting to size now, so hopefully soon. I don't think it will be long. They're being fed well as well, which always helps. So
yeah.
Do you want to flash through the tanks quickly while we're here?
I think we better add, don't we?
Yeah, there's quite a, I mean, we said it in the last video, didn't we, that there's quite a lot of changes in here.
Oh, I love these fish.
Yeah, they are nice.
Right, okay, so Ian, walk us through.
Right, where will we start?
What's the new stuff?
Where will we start? Let's start over here, because we're here anyway. So, these are our Blue Dream colony. You can see there is a little bit of algae on the glass, I apologise for that. But look at that buried hen there. She is absolutely laden with eggs. So this colony, if you remember a while back, I wasn't happy, and I'm still not fully happy with this colony. So that female, for example, you can see the coloration is slightly off on her back, but there is some beautiful shrimp in there now, high quality Blue Dream. So it's just a case of carrying on, guys. It's unfortunately with shrimp, it just takes time to get the line sorted out, and you have to kind of manage the traits that you're looking for with actually managing the colony numbers itself. So it's a working project, this one. Nothing's for sale in this tank yet. The next tank, however, is doing really well, and the quality of these, I'm really happy with these Bloody Mary shrimp. They're absolutely stunning, and you know, all their colours are true, etc. And they're also having lots of babies in here as well. So these are going to be available soon. Once we get the numbers up in this tank, I'll start sending them over to Tim, and he'll get them up and advertised on the website.
Yeah. www.tropicalfishsales.co.uk.
Yes.
Like, comment and subscribe. Right, next tank.
Next tank is our yellow, 24 carat yellow Neocaridina shrimp tank. again, it's just a case of getting the numbers up in here. Everything's looking good in this tank. It's just stock numbers, and it just takes time. So yeah, all going well here.
So that's the shrimp tanks, yeah.
Oh, one more shrimp tank, which is the tangerine orange neocaridina.
Sorry guys, hang on. There we go.
Yeah, and again, happy enough with the coloration of this tank. So they're just again doing their thing. There's a load of babies in there as well. Tim, the camera will pick them up. You'll see them in the background, all the little ones. Now, the thing with the little shrimp is they don't look fully coloured up straight away. They need to go through a couple of moults before they get their full colour. So if you do keep shrimp, guys, and you are having babies, and they come out and they're not quite what you expect, just have a bit of patience and let them go through a couple of moults to get their true coloration going. That's a good tip, that.
Yeah, definitely.
So this tank, I know you probably aren't going to see anything in this tank, but this has been a heavy going project, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With the longfin Daniels. So our stock of longfin Daniels were really old, and we really wanted to breed them and start a new line. You can just see a fry there, Tim.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll get it.
You might not get them.
There's not many in there, unfortunately.
No, there isn't.
No, I can't
But
see it.
I do think there's going to be more hatch out over the next few days, so that's good. Now this tank is absolutely rammed with Bozeman's rainbow fish. You can see they've been breeding really well, and they're away to get moved in a 54 litre tank soon.
Yeah.
They're in a 25 just now, but you can see it's absolutely rammed.
So we've got more Bosmans down there.
And
Breeding
there's
pair of black rams.
that is our second pair of Black Knight Rams. Approved pair. They've already laid a successful clutch of eggs, and they actually should be due to go again pretty soon, Tim, hopefully in the next couple of days. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to go again.
Yeah, some more Bosmans in here. And then we've got some Julies.
Corridor and Julie's, yeah. I'm really struggling with these ones, so if anyone has any hot tips for getting these going, you can see in the foreground of this tank here,
Yeah.
I've installed a power head to give a bit of flow into that tank. I've also been using rainwater and cold water to try and encourage these guys to breed, but I think they're not conditioned enough yet. So I'm toying about with different foods and whatnot to try and get these going.
Cool.
We've been through these ones, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's the adult Bozeman's, Red Devils down below. We've got L181s in here, the 236 RBs. Start here.
Yeah, so we don't really need to walk through these ones because we've seen
Yeah.
parrots, as you can see.
Yeah.
Lots of
just
them.
flash through them.
Have we covered all these? I think we have
I think
covered
we
them.
have covered all these, yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference in these tanks now is the rams have been split into their pairs.
Yeah.
Now, in one of the previous videos, I was on about lowering the pH for these rams, but they've successfully bred in our normal tap water, which is about 7.4, unexpectedly actually, because I was in the middle of trying to breed them and lower the pH, but I didn't need to in the end, which is really good news for us. It makes it easy. So that is brilliant.
Yeah. Cool.
Angel Koi Angels in here.
Yeah, some fry.
See more fry. Unfortunately, that batch of Angels eggs, and it's worth zooming in. So this is what happens, guys, if you do not add methylated blue into the tank. If you've seen the angelfish video, I thoroughly and highly recommend methylated blue for the tank. And this cone here, because we've got so many angelfish now, I wasn't actually too fussed about it, and I just chucked it in with the fry in here, but I didn't add any methylene blue and that's the end result.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So that's how important that stuff is. Okay, so over here we have another pair of Dark Knight rams. They have literally laid about 3 to 4 days ago, so they're not due again for probably another week or so. But absolutely beautiful fish. You can see them there. I mean, stunning, top quality rams there.
Won't focus, but yeah,
Definitely.
believe us.
Definitely worth a post on these rams. They're lush. I love them. And then moving into the next tank is the fry from the Black Knight rams. And you can see some of you with keen eyes will notice that some are lighter than others. We have black ones in there, and we also have gold rams in there. So that's a product of the Black Knight, as you'll end up with a mix of your two colour of rams. So they're doing really well, feeding great, growing out great. So soon we'll have our own homebred Black Knight and gold rams. Okay, these two tanks are in quarantine just now, hence why they're full of green medication. So these were recently imported from Indonesia. I did actually get them from a UK supplier, but part of the deal was that I would carry on the quarantine process at home here. So these are blue topaz guppies, absolutely beautiful. They've got that really unique sort of turquoise blue on their tails. And they've laid or they've had babies already. There is babies in this tank. You might see them swimming about here and there. But yeah, they're due out of quarantine on Sunday. So they'll get a nice big fresh water change and carry on their journey here in the breeding room. So these ones again are in quarantine, and these are albino full red guppies, and they are lovely fish as well. And you can see the females there are nicely coloured, which is lovely to see, because quite often with guppies the females can be quite plain looking, whereas you can see the females there are almost as brightly coloured as the male. The male's got the full red obviously all through his body, so that's great, and that you can see the quality of the tail and fins there. So again, they're due out of quarantine on Sunday. No babies from these ones yet. Okay, this tank is our Daisy's blue rice fish. I think we've already covered that, Tim, so just a quick look in there. But they're doing their thing every day, guys, laying onto the spawning mob. Lovely little fish, a lovely nano fish. If you've got a nano tank, they would be a great addition. Another set of guppies in here. These are the Dumbo red mosaic guppies, and you can see the females are the blue coloured fish there, and the male is the orange, but you can see the lovely Dumbo fins on them. They're absolutely stunning, so I can't wait again for these to give birth and give us some babies. So a nice little trio in there, and again the coloration of the females is fantastic, so you're getting colour there with both male and female.
So we've gone through these ones?
We've gone through longfin cherry barbs there, just laying. You can see the mat on the floor there, just to catch eggs. Albino pygmy cories. Now, I don't know whether you'll be able to catch it on the camera, but there is definitely babies in here. I've seen up to 4 or 5 of them at night time. Generally it's at night you see them, they come out and you can see them foraging about the place. So I'm glad that we're having success with them, and every water change as well, they are continuing to lay eggs. In fact, there's an egg at the back there by the stones. You can probably pick that up, Tim, maybe.
I'll try.
Down. Oh yeah, that's one. Yeah.
There you
that's
go.
it. Yeah, there's an egg there. So that'll hatch out in the next couple of days. You don't need to zoom into all these, but in this tank here, the one that's thick with blue is more rams. You can see the stones that they've laid on, and if you're lucky, you'll maybe pick up the regulars on the stones. But they might have moved off by now. Actually,
I think they have.
They probably moved into the tank itself. But there is how many batches in there? There is 2 batches from 2 different adults. So again, we're making sure that we keep the genetics good and mixed.
Yeah.
The next 3 tanks are pretty boring. Not
Just
a lot
got
to
eggs
see.
in there.
They're just egg drop stations. So we've got the daisy blue rice fish eggs, forktail eggs, celebes, threadfin, and the Lake Tihu rice fish eggs as well. And
Yeah.
like I say, I just come in and drop eggs in there daily, and then the fries start their journey there. So this top tank here is yet again more guppies. They are
Pink grass.
what were they? Sorry,
Pink grass.
Pink grass. I need to label that tank actually because I forgot what the name of them was there. But again, these are going to go into quarantine, guys. I haven't medicated them just yet, but they are away to go into quarantine today. So they'll be in quarantine for the next couple of weeks. But they are lovely again. So we'll get them breeding as well. I think we've been pretty much through all these tanks, so we'll just the one thing maybe to look at is our Galaxy Rasporas are growing out quite nice. There's quite a nice colony in there now, so they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
So and then these bottom ones are just absolutely. Let me just lift the lid and you can get a video of this. Show you how much fry is in these tanks.
Not many.
Nah, not many. Not many. Teeming with fry.
Yeah, loads.
Loads. So that's all the nano fry, and yeah, it's just a case of growing these out. And,
So that's just on dropping eggs then?
so these were, in one of the last videos, these were my egg drop stations. So basically what I do is I drop the eggs in, and then I wait for them to start hatching. Once they get too packed out, what I'll do is I'll stop these now and they become grow out. And then eventually these will get moved over to a 54. And then we start 3 new drop stations then.
Yeah.
So it's basically a cycle. We drop in here first, grow out the fry to a certain age, they then go into 54s, and then that tanks then will become closed off as grow outs, and then we'll go back to these as egg drop stations. So it's just back and forward like that.
Nice. So that is the update for the breeding room for now.
Yeah, lots going on.
Excellent.
It's good, isn't it?
It is indeed. Right.
Yeah. All the tanks are now in use as well.
Yeah.
Which is
I remember when we first started this, Ian was like, oh, it will take ages to fill up.
yeah.
A month later.
a month later we're full,
Yeah.
But that does have its challenges as well, because obviously I'm constantly having to move fish about, and it's I keep getting on the Tim, don't we?
Stop buying fish, I think it is.
Stop buying fish, Tim. We need more tanks. So yeah. So you're going to be starting your garage soon, aren't you?
Yeah, so the floor's done, it's all sealed, and then we are going to be putting up the walls, the insulation. There'll be a video on that, so yeah, we'll update you guys with that as it comes. So that is it for the breeding room. Right, so we're now getting this tank ready. Ian's just siphoning some water out, cleaning it. As you can see, he's just caught his favourite thing.
Snails.
What are they called? Snails, yeah.
I hate them. Can you stick them in that bucket, Tim?
Yep.
Thanks.
They're only shells,
They are, yeah.
so we're
I would
good.
be properly freaking out right now, guys, if they were alive snails, because I really don't like. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, Ian, snails are great. You know, they're great for your aquariums and all the rest of it. And I agree. They are good for your aquariums, but it's just a personal thing, guys. I've always hated snails. I just don't like what they do on the glass. I prefer a clean look on a tank. So, like I say, it's just personal. Oh, I better watch that angelfish. I nearly got him there. So, yeah, we're just giving the bottom of this tank a quick siphon out. You can see it's cleaned up already. That's the beauty of having a glass bottom. However, we are about to change that, Tim, aren't we? What have we got for this tank?
Got some alpha grog.
Alpha grog.
So that's a ceramic, highly porous material.
Which will help with the nitrates, and it's basically biomedia, guys, for your bacteria to grow on.
It's a very cheap biomedia.
It is a very cheap biomedia. I mean, obviously we've got the two huge sponge filters in here as well, and you can see they're full of biofilm and whatnot. But because of the value of money and the amount of fish in here, we really need to be careful what we're doing with this tank.
Yeah.
So hence the more things that we can get in here to keep the bio load all good. Guess what everyone's going to be screaming at the screen right now is saying, snails! But we're the more things like substrate and stuff that helps us out with this, the better.
Yeah.
And also, what did we measure this at? 7.4 pH, which is our tap water.
Yeah.
So it was expected that this was going to be at 7.4, and we had a TDS of 210, was it?
220, I think.
220.
Yeah,
220.
So we're just gonna put some rainwater in it just to try that this time.
Yeah, I've been collecting loads of rainwater here.
Yeah. We have got our own unit, but we just want to try and do it a different way.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you think about it, like rainwater is what's happening in the wild, so
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we can replicate that, then why not? It's better
let's give
than
it a go,
sticking
isn't it?
through a RO unit.
Give it a go. Get some rainwater in there. Do half water change of rainwater, and then go from there.
Yeah. So we'll measure.
We're going to pump the temperature up as well.
We're gonna do 50%. Are we on this?
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll do 50%. Fill it back with rainwater. Take some measurements again. We might have to do this again in a couple of days, just to get that pH right down. So, what is it we need for the Plex?
pH of 6 to 6.5.
pH 6 to 6.
And a TDS ideally about 150 to 100.
Yeah.
Depends. If you a lot of other people are saying, you know, TDS of lower or even higher. I've heard 200 to 300 TDS but a low pH, which personally to me doesn't really make sense, because when you lower the TDH you lower the pH. So I'm not sure how they're achieving that, but I mean, if it works for them, brilliant. But I've successfully bred these at home in, you know, 6.5 pH and 150 TDS. We weren't doing YouTube at the time, so haven't actually documented it. So this time we're documenting it, and I've never used rainwater though, to be quite honest. I've always used RO and tap water mix, and it's worked. So, but we're just going to try this. You know, at the end of the day, they're really healthy fish. They're all the right sizes.
Look at this one.
Look at this male.
Wow. Look at him.
So remember, as I said, the male's very hairy, and as you can see then, all on his fins and around his face. There is quite a lot of males in here, but there is definitely
Is that a female on top of the filter?
No, that's a male as well.
I'm still. Tim's teaching me with these as well, because I've never been a big Pleco fan, have I, Tim? In fact, I was.
I've had to persuade you, haven't I, Ian?
I wasn't happy yesterday, was I? When I got all these Plecos.
He was.
I wasn't.
He's excited today, though.
I am excited today. I've come round to them.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
These are my favourite fish. They really are. I don't know, actually. 181s are... I think Plecos are my favourite species. that makes sense.
I wouldn't go that far.
For me.
For you,
You
yeah.
like your nano, so I like my Plex. So it works out quite well, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, we're still draining the tank.
Yeah, it takes a while here, guys. There's quite a volume of water.
So we have just tested the rainwater, haven't we?
Yeah, what was that? 6.4?
6.4 pH and a TDS of 70 or 60,
something.
yeah. So, you know, that's why we don't want to. Again, we're still going to be. We might have to put some media in there to lower the pH slightly, but I don't want to overdo it. Again, it's just I'd rather do it with the water than media because then you've got more control. Obviously, if you put too much of that, what's it called? That substrate, fluval stratum, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know how far it goes. I've never worked with it, so I don't know. I think we'll try the waterway first, and then we'll go from there.
Maybe if you guys have got any experience with these active soils, I know some of you might maybe shrimp keepers or whatnot. So if anyone actually can give us a little bit of advice on how to maintain this tank at about 150 TDS, 6.5?
6 to 6.5. Around there.
Then a comment in the video would be great.
Yeah, brilliant. So this one here looks like a female to me. The reflection. But yeah. They are cool.
Right, I think that'll do, Tim.
I reckon a tiny bit more, but
Remember, it's cold as well.
yeah, true. Okay, yeah, that will do then. Right, so we'll start filling this one back up and then update you once it's all full. How's that sound?
Yeah, brilliant.
Perfect, cheers. So, this is the rainwater going in. We're using a brine shrimp net to catch any unwanted debris. So that's going in there now. And this should hopefully lower the pH and the TDS to where we want it, or close to.
The only thing with the rainwater is it is a little bit brown.
Yeah.
But that's fine, you know, I can live with that. But the other thing is obviously this is coming in quite cold,
Yeah.
so it will drop the temperature in the tank, which is a good thing, isn't it, for the Plex? You know, it does mimic natural conditions.
It's a
when it
good
rains.
thing for the bristlenose and stuff. I'm not 100% sure for the hypo ancestors, but I used to do cool RO water in the other fish room, so
Yeah.
it'll be absolutely fine.
I mean, I did a third on this tank the other day, and it only dropped the temperature by 1.5 degrees, so
Yeah, it'll be fine.
not overly
Excellent.
crazy amount of drop.
Right, so yeah, that is how we are putting the rainwater in, and we will update you guys once it's full. Right then guys, so that is now full up with the half rainwater water change. So we've got a TDS of 158, I believe.
158, yeah.
And our pH is sitting at about 6.8, so we still want to bring the pH down if we're completely honest. But, you know, we will see, we'll keep updating you guys on how this little project goes. And yeah,
Yeah,
Ian's very looking forward to it, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I'm looking forward to messing about with lots of water to get parameters right, but
Yeah.
we'll see how they go.
I was saying to Ian we might have to go the RO route and start mixing our own water, but we're going to give this a bash first.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, it's the good thing with the RO is it's clean, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rainwater is, as you can see, a little bit. It's got a
Tinge.
little bit of that sort of tanniny, kind of yellow
Yeah.
tinge to it, which is fine. I mean, it's just like it's aesthetics, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as I was saying to Tim off camera, when you think about it, it's a natural thing for the fish, really. You know, when they're in these rivers or obituaries or whatnot, they're used to obviously the rain coming in, the temperature dropping, the TDS dropping, pH all dropping at the same time as the rain floods in.
Yeah.
So it's definitely replicating what they're seeing more in the wild. So we'll see how this goes. I think maybe the problem we have, Tim, is through the summer it doesn't rain a lot here, does it?
No.
So we are going to run out of rainwater. I've got 2 collectors outside, but I can see us, obviously this is a 160, so to do a 50% water change we're looking at 80 litres of rainwater, which is quite substantial when you're not getting a lot of it.
To be honest, once we get down to the desired pH and TDS, we have to mix a bit of tap water in with it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we're pretty much bang on TDS now. We were aiming for 150, weren't we? So we're just a smidge above the 150, which is fine. You know, we're in the ballpark. Yeah. And the pH is definitely heading in the right direction. Not quite there with the pH, but I mean, let's just see how the fish get on with that. You know, they'll be. We don't want to
lower it down too quick anyway.
Well, no, we don't. We want to acclimatise them down nice and gradually, but they'll be the deciding factor. They'll tell us. You know, a happy fish is a bleeding fish. So that'll be when we know that we've nailed it. Yeah.
Excellent. Right, I think we will sum this video up now, and we'll say goodbye.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Get off me, step.
So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and you'll see us in the very near future.
Yes, you will.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Right. Cheers,
see you later, guys. Have a good one.
Take care.